Picture this. You're out in public with your kids. One of them starts acting out, picking fights, testing every boundary, and giving you that look as they cross the line again. You're exhausted. You didn't sleep well last night, and now your frustration is bubbling over. You try to redirect. Whoa, 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 don't do that. But they ignore you. Or worse, they push back. Sound familiar? What do you feel in those moments? Embarrassment because everyone's watching? Frustration because this keeps happening? Fear that you're losing control? I've been there. I know how hard it is to stay calm when it feels like everything inside you is saying, "Lock this down, now!" But here's the truth. Those moments are critical for you and your child. And how we respond can either spiral us into more chaos or lead to something better. What if I told you there's a way to break the cycle, even when you're exhausted, and lead your family back to peace and connection? That's what I want to share with you today. Hi, I'm Jarrett with Built on Rock Parent Coaching. Let me take you back to one of those exact moments in my life. I was in a public place with a few of my kids, and one of them was really pushing every button, fighting with their sibling, disrespecting property, and looking straight at me while breaking the rules. I was already on edge, running on very little sleep, and feeling resentful because this wasn't the first time we'd had this pattern. I tried setting boundaries. Don't do that. But it didn't work. Ignored, defiance, repeat. I bet you've been there too, right? That moment when every fiber of your being is saying, I need to stop this, now. It's that God-given fight or flight system kicking in. And while it's great for handling the actual danger, most often our child isn't that. In those moments, they don't need your fight or flight response. They need a deeper part of you, your wisdom, your compassion, and your spirit-led guidance. But that can feel impossible when you're in the thick of it, exhausted and frustrated. For me that day, it didn't start out great. I got pulled into the power struggle. I tried harder to control my child's behavior, but guess what? It only made things worse. The short moments of compliance were followed by bigger meltdowns. My child got more discouraged, and I felt myself burning out. But then, thank God, I realized something. I was stuck in a negative spiral, and if I wanted things to change, I had to lead us out of it. So I did something counterintuitive. Instead of doubling down on control, I chose connection. I dragged my tired self up and decided to change the atmosphere. I reconciled with my child through the peace process, and then I started playing. Yes, playing. I hopped around, made up silly games, and invited them to join me. It wasn't easy. I was still tired, and there were a few hiccups along the way, but something amazing happened. The power struggle stopped. The sibling fights ended. The misbehavior faded. And most importantly, my child's need for connection was met in a positive way. That day reminded me of something profound. God's grace is there for us in those tough moments. He gives us the strength to turn things around, even when we've started on the wrong path. And He has a way forward for you too. If you're finding yourself stuck in those negative spirals with your kids, caught between frustration and exhaustion, there's hope. You can break out of those patterns and lead your family to peace and joyful connection. Families just like yours have been transformed by the framework we teach through parent coaching. If you're ready to stop the power struggles and rediscover joy in your parenting, take that step. Be bold. Click the link below to schedule your first session. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing. As always, we're praying for you. Please pray for us. May God bless you and your family. See you next time.